What's the words?
No, I think Jill's going to do it.
Okay. Oh, there's a fifth dimension beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and timeless as infinity. It is in the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
Hey, hello, and welcome to Indefinite Lunch and Infinite Combinations number 149, where we're exploring all of the Twilight Zone. And today we're taking a closer look at Mr. Bevis and the After Hours. And so those are our episodes today. And we hope you enjoy the look back that we have for each of these episodes. I'd like to take the picture of Rod Serling down here so we can see our panelists. Hello. And hello to Scotty R37, who's joined us to talk about the episodes. How are you today? Yeah.
I had a big day yesterday, if you don't mind me expounding for a moment.
For a moment. Keep it.
Yeah, it was election in Canada. And, so that happened. And, I worked the election polls. And there is nothing worse than participating in a system that lets you down continuously.
Oh, and
anyway, that's all I got for that.
And like FKHC, well, for 16 hours too. And FKHC 2005, like he says, rest in peace to Canada.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's okay. It's what they chose. It's what they chose. And, and this is the worst part, is I was reading through the stuff yesterday, and I was arguing with people about the nature of the election. And not once did I, when referring to Canadians, did I say we. So it's kind of heartbreaking, but must move on. That's why and this is the perfect. This is exactly the episode that I needed with what we're starting out with. Like, Mr. Bevis is what I needed. So I'm so happy.
It's an interesting pairing to the previous episode with the trumpet. And
yes,
and the one before that. Also, all of these are melding into each other.
It's kind of a triptych.
I'd like to say hello to the eclectic goat who said, "Ooh, I didn't know you did Twilight Zone. I love those. Love these. I sense binging in my future. I hope you do. It is wonderful. We're almost through season 1, and I know she isn't quite here right now. She posted this at 7 a.m. But if you watch the replay, and if you see that one of your favorite episodes is coming up or something, and you'd like to hop on, let me know, and you'd be more than welcome. And hello to Matt G.
Hey. Tow.
Right. And pie.
Sounds like we're having a laser gun fight.
Every good day in the Twilight Zone.
Okay. Hello to DJ Knight and Gavin Blackburn.
Dummies.
Oh yeah. Don't give it away like the TV guide did.
Ya see that kilos.
Oh, that's terrible. Hey, what's going on, Greek letters?
Hey,
are we gonna get this party started?
Larson. It started now. We're here. Hello, fellow humans.
Greetings.
And hello to Canadian Spider-Man. Hello.
Hey, Spidey.
Good morning, everyone. Please hit the like button before you drown your sorrows in hard liquor. Don't forget it. Thanks. Oh, no.
Well, and also don't forget, if you live in Canada, you're not allowed to have bourbon because our babysitters said so.
Oh no, I'm so sorry, Spidey, if that's what you're doing today, drowning your sorrows. I'm so
Dude, it's
sorry
fine.
for
Good
what's
for
happened.
you.
See you again. Be seeing you real soon after last night. Oh yeah, and you're gonna have a birthday stream too, right, Spidey? Pretty soon. Is
Oh,
your
rad.
birthday? Is that today?
Huh.
Wait a second.
I don't know. I have it written
Hold
down
on. I need
somewhere.
to check. I know. I had it too, but I got distracted by making this show. But I think there's a birthday stream tonight
Whoa.
at 11 p.m. in 11
Spidey?
hours from now for Spidey.
Huh.
Birthday
I didn't know
bonfire
he
stream.
aged.
Spidey?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How old is he?
That-
How old is Spidey gonna be?
40.
Yeah, 40.
That's such. He is a young.
I know he's at least 50, but I don't remember the
Come on, Jill.
age.
I'm lying with Grace.
Where's the poll, Jill? Where's the freaking poll? Calmly asking. Oh, I was told behind the scenes to put up the poll, and I forgot.
Yeah.
I still
You make all the
didn't
slides. You
get it.
make all the links.
I do all this work.
No, yeah, and you miss one little detail.
It won't take too long.
You're gonna be able to tell which one I like better. So
Okay.
I don't need a poll. I will vote in the poll, but it's obvious.
You worked an
19
election poll. Sounds dirty.
Well, yeah.
Spidey says he's going to be 53. 1972 was a hell of a year. I was 7.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Anyway,
Well, in
I
that
digress.
case, no, you don't. This is important.
Happy birthday!
Hell yes.
I gotta play both of them.
Yeah, of course.
Except, of course, happy birthday. Surely the best of times.
I love that one.
Of
Yeah.
course.
That line, that movie, Wrath of Khan. I love that freaking movie. It's amazing.
I love it too. I want Spock to gift me a book. DJ playing. Hey, wow, yeah, man. I'll leave the light on. Says DJ Play Nice. Wait a minute. What's happening?
Something
Gavin
about
Black.
World of Warcraft.
Okay. The public gets what the public wants.
True story. Come on.
I don't know about the Canadian Election Committee, but in Greece we get the best chicks in election committee. The majority of them being women, they're almost always an after party later.
This
Says Greek Letters Larson.
This sounds like
Vuleftis.
a banned island.
I witnessed 2 elections in Greece while I was there. The chaos, the bets between the local shop owners. It's insane. You're to sit in another country and just observe their election system.
Huh.
It's pretty amazing. Just watch, because ours is like, they would in Greece, they'd pass out these things called psiphodeltios with all the people that are in it. It's pretty much like ballot harvesting, but they go out, each party would give them out to people on the streets. It's so weird how they would do that over there. And
I haven't heard of
have
that.
to vote. It's a crime if you don't vote in Greece. You have to.
Oh,
vote.
wow. That's interesting. Mandatory voting. Entropy
Socialism.
Manor. Ahoy, says Entropy Manor. Hello.
Ahoy.
Canadian Spider-Man reminds us, hey Chad, if you become a channel member, you get exclusive live stream access as well as getting into using these custom emojis. And that's true. We've got a membership stream next Wednesday.
Really?
And that'll be super fun. Yes, on Friday I'm gonna give away a few free memberships. See who can
sweet.
get some. Yeah.
What are we doing on Friday again?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Either Xanadu or Star Trek.
Oh, Xanadu. You're going to have a blast making the Xanadu clips.
Yeah. Birthday is today and the stream is later tonight. Yep. Hooray. No, FKHC 2005. Spidey is not 69. We just confirmed it's 53. Yeah, and so you're getting some happy birthdays from friends. FKHC, DJ Play Nice. You're all invited. 1972 is hell of a year. Then we have 40, not counting winters, the autumns and summers, just the springtime. DJ Knight, yeah, hi. Working on an election poll isn't supposed to be dirty, but Scotty R37 made it so.
It's true. And, I didn't want it. I didn't do anything, obviously. If I had committed election interference, things would have been different.
Yeah, no, Scotty was good. He actually he didn't get fired or anything.
Yeah, I didn't get fired.
The glove cleaner. Hello. Hey, we just reviewed that episode with the glove cleaner
$1,000
not too long ago.
$1,000.
Very expensive potion there, but very effective if you don't. What's up? Gavin Blackburn says, "What happened to Jedi Masters Lost in Space stream? Wasn't it supposed to be Monday? Did I miss it?"
No, you didn't miss it because it didn't happen. I had to bail. I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, so next Monday. I know I was hyping
gonna
it up
be. I'm gonna be
it.
ready. I know. I feel bad, but like I said, it will happen.
Well, it will, and we know. You see right there, you already got somebody looking out for it. DJ Play Nice says it's a nod to the hospitality of leaving a light on for travelers and expats.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Like a lighthouse.
Light on for travelers. It's all right. There it is.
I heard myself.
I know. I had to go to YouTube on my phone so I could vote in the poll.
Does DJ Play Nice? Yeah. You would think it would be the opposite, but he really does. And he also really likes Xanadu. He says it rocks and rolls. Jerry Lynn Rain says, "Yep, things would be a lot different."
If I ruled the world.
Yet.
Didn't get fired yet. No, that's fine.
Hello to Brogu. Hey, it's great to see you. And that's good that you voted, DJ Knight. It's good to participate. And there we are. Let's get started on these episodes. We've got a couple of them for you today, like we usually do. And we're starting with Mr. Bevis. Original broadcast date, June the 3rd, 1960. And so that's when this episode was first aired. And if anybody was around on that date, they could have watched it as it first entered the world. It was directed by William Asher and written by Rod Serling. Both the episodes today are written by Rod Serling. And both of them also had that eyeball at the intro. Where you're like, wait,
I like the eyeball. I think the eyeball was kind of a cool change.
It's interesting.
It hypnotized me temporarily.
Like, whoa, am I watching the Twilight Zone? But even though it had different intro words, I love the intro words that we read every week, even though they're not the ones with the episode. It's my favorite, so we read those.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we start with the man with the, what is it called? Like, he has a monkey and he has this music box, but this music box has a specific name.
Zephyr music.
No, this isn't a Zephyr. Also, weird font for the Twilight Zone. Not quite Twilight Zone font yet.
Nah, but I liked it. This kind of threw me for a loop. I really enjoyed it.
An organ grinder just came to me.
Okay. But they say it several
grinder.
times throughout the episode that it's Zephyr music. Zephyr or Zephyr? I think Zephyr.
Zephyr is, I looked it up this morning. Zephyr is like a string instrument. Yes, intervene man. An organ grinder. Yes. DJ Play Nice says, I won Beavis socks on a recent channel giveaway. But how do you win Beavis socks, but you don't get the butthead for the other sock? Okay.
I wanted to say hi to Brogu.
Yeah, we're ready for the opening narration, which is broken up by some of the episodes. So
Right. And it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a tongue twister. But I wanna.
I woulda. All right. I'm trying to grab it. It's a little bit long, so
Yes.
grab this.
And okay, so it's interesting because I had no idea. First things first, I thought it was going to be called Mr. Bevis. And I saw the screen caps. Like, I just saw this episode this morning. And I had no idea what I was in for. I was like, that guy looks like a bit of a buffoon. And Jill showed me the pictures of Mr. Bevis. And I was like, I don't know. I'm either going to love him or I'm going to hate him. And I was so afraid I was going to hate him. And when I didn't, I became rather elated. So, yeah. So, but the thing was, and when Jill showed me the picture of Mr. Bevis, I said, I have dibs on Mr. Bevis. I'm going to read the narration on Mr. Bevis because I have no idea if he's a good guy or a bad guy. He looked like a buffoon. Like, even with these stills, it's like this could be some kind of huckleberry asshole. And maybe you think he is. Sorry about the swear. But I was like, he's either going to be somebody that you can't wait to have his comeuppance, or hopefully he's going to get everything that he's ever wanted in the Twilight Zone. And so I'm sorry, I'm tripping all over a paraphrasing of Mr. Serling's words. Is it ready to go? Can I start?
It is. You can.
All right.
The opening narration is in the private chat.
Okay, hang on just 1 second. I'm going to clear my throat. Maestro, if you please. Can you hear me?
It was a little shaky, but let's try again. Yes.
Okay, how about now?
You're good. You're good now.
All right. In the parlance of the 20th century, this is an oddball. His name is James B.W. Bevis, and his tastes lean toward stuffed animals, zither music, professional football, Charles Dickens, moose heads, carnivals, dogs, children, and young ladies. Mr. Bevis is accident-prone, a little vague, a little discombobulated. He doesn't say discombobulated. It's a different word. But anyway, with a life that possesses all the security of a floating craps game. But this can be said about our Mr. Bevis. Without him, without his warmth, without his kindness, the world would be a considerably poorer place, albeit perhaps a little bit saner.
Yes, and it's important to note, it actually is important to note that he plays with the neighborhood dog down the stairs. He says hello to a lady who's delighted to see him. And then there's a little boy who encourages him to slide down the banister, which he obliges. And which, of course, he has a bit of a pratfall in terms of not only falling down the banister, but also down the steps of the front of the building, right outside the door. He's somehow unhurt and pretty happy about his antic. And he hurt nobody but himself.
Where do you keep the Roger Rabbit clips?
The Roger Rabbit is under other movies.
Okay.
In that brand. Oh, wow, we're at the top of the video. I kind of like this versus this. What do you think? Normally I have it like this.
Oh, well, it's up to you.
A lot better. No, I like this better.
Okay. So
DJ. I mean,
this is a thing.
Jedi.
This is a thing that I will put you on. No, I can't say that out loud. There we go. So this is what I found about Mr. Bevis. time.
No, not at any time. Only when it was funny.
This is childlike whimsy, sliding down banisters, rolling with the punches, and still being chipper. What a man!
Well,
He makes me laugh.
It's also, well, it's kind of brave to slide down the banister as a man, right? Like you've got some equipment that might get hurt.
How do you know he didn't hurt his head? Like knocked it like
Yeah.
conscious. This could be all a facade when he wakes up. I was
That's
thinking
true.
that. He
That
could have
is true.
died for all you know, all going down all them. He could have snapped his neck. Not trying to be gross or graphic, but I was watching it, and as he's going down the stairs and stuff, I go, "Yep, he's dead."
I didn't think about that at
I was
all.
thinking about it all
Yeah.
being like a afterlife thing. That's
Well,
just what I extrapolated from the whole episode. Kind
And
of.
it's funny that we went with
Wow.
that in terms of did he have the sense knocked out of him? And Jill went to what happened to his groin?
Well, yeah, I just thought that was the
Usually
problem.
I'm the dick joke guy.
I didn't
His-
think
his
that.
meat and
Well, but
two
I was
heads.
subtle, and I'm subtle about it. But
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I didn't. I didn't think he died. That's an amazing theory. Kirk 130.
Hey, Herc.
What? Everybody watch our review and see if you agree with Jedi Master that this is all just the afterlife for Mr. Bevis.
Oh no, I don't. It could have been, but I don't think it is.
I don't think.
just
I
saying.
don't think it is either.
Yeah, no, I get what you're
It's a
saying.
theory I'm having. I'm
Yeah,
just
it's
throwing
fine.
it out there. It's just nibble bait, something to talk
Sure,
about.
sure.
That must hurt grinding an organ. I guess it depends what kind of organ it is, says the brook.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see. Maybe that's why you had organ grinder on the mind.
Yeah. Was somebody asking about a zither earlier? Oh yeah, I looked up what a zither is. It's like a string instrument, like not a guitar, but it kind of looks. It's like on its side. I watched a couple videos of people
Harpsichord?
playing modern songs on a zither. Well, dang it! I guess I just got to bring one up.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're probably all in the public domain, considering how popular zither music happens.
No, somebody does the sound of silence, but let me try to play something else.
Yeah,
That's
play
not-
something up, something peppy.
Well, I don't know what this is, or if it's peppy or not.
But it's zither.
But it's zither.
Vivaldi Largo. Let's see what happens. Oh, sorry. I got it. Yeah.
Please note the picture of Bismarck.
Oh, wow. That's it. Looks like a
Bismarck.
harpsichord almost.
No, it looks like a
Really?
Vulcan lute.
A lute?
Oh yeah. Look at
It
this.
looks
wow,
like
that-
something that could hang on Spock's wall.
I think
That-
somebody was trying to sell me one at the Star Trek convention, actually.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to
Yeah,
do
that's-
copyright claims.
Yeah,
there
that's
it is.
Vulcan. That's a Vulcan lute. And so if Mr. Bevis likes it, he's fine with me. Although it's not really, that is the definition of chamber music. It's like you want to put on a record.
I'm sure whatever songs he likes it's just that he likes classic things. He likes things from the past.
I would like
And-
to hear I Shot the Sheriff on his zither.
Yeah, you can do that.
Of
No.
course you can.
He just seems like a happy-go-lucky guy that just doesn't take things too serious and just enjoys life. That's the observation.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
He's
But
like-
even the little kid is embarrassed about it.
Yeah, because he wanted to see something awesome and it wasn't. DJ Play Nice in the chat says a lute has a neck. I stand corrected.
There you are. Thank you, DJ Play Nice. And also, he plays football with the kids before he goes to work. He's supposed to be going to work, but he takes the time to play with everybody along the way. The dog, she says hi to the lady, plays with the children, and gets a free apple from the fruit stand. And he drives this old car
It
That,
needs a push.
that needs a push, and so we get the continued narration So I will put that in the private chat for Scotty to read now.
Well, and as he's pushing away, or as these children are pushing away the car, I did really enjoy the fact that there was a lot of carbon monoxide being shot into the faces of 3 children. So we'll get to that in a second.
And everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Should it not be obvious by now, James B.W. Bevis is a fixture in his own private, optimistic, hopeful little world, a world which has long ceased being surprised by him. James B.W. Bevis, on whom Dame Fortune will shortly turn her back, but not before she gives him a paste in the mouth. Mr. James B.W. Bevis, just 1 block away from the Twilight Zone.
So, and this car is supposedly a 1924 Rickenbacker that he drives.
First 6-cylinder vehicle on the road with 4 wheel brakes.
It was built by the same family that invented the electric guitar in 1931.
I want a Rickenbacker guitar. Don't even play.
Yeah.
Not one lesson.
Well, John Lennon bought one around the same time that this episode was made.
Huh.
And this episode was supposed to be a pilot for a spin-off. They almost did a spin-off series of this but they wanted Burgess Meredith, and when he refused to start a series, he didn't want to be tied down.
Yeah.
Rod Serling had, took a different direction and just made it an episode.
Well, and the thing is that he wanted Burgess Meredith to play it, and I can understand not wanting to do, because it would have been a Guardian Angel show. It would have been Mr. Bevis and his angel. That's what the show would have been. And
Yes.
I don't know, kind of like Quantum Leap, like a contemporary Quantum Leap that you stay in the same era all the time. And Al is your Guardian Angel, Mr. I forget his name. But
Yeah, except for, Al doesn't actually, he can't actually physically change the reality of what's going on. But would this be like, what show would this be like?
Well, I don't know. It would be like it's about Mr. Bevis, and he has a guardian angel who can alter reality at a moment's notice. This is like
What about I Dream of Jeannie?
Yeah, well, and that's not a bad analogy. That's not a bad call, because Major Nelson is always like, "No, Jeannie, you can't use your magic," and Jeannie is always like, "Why can't I please Master Nelson? Well, I forget Major Nelson's first name. Tony? Why can't I please Master Tony?" And so hijinks ensue. It would turn into a sitcom. It wouldn't be as thoughtful as Rod Serling would do. I don't think. I think Burgess was good to turn it down, but bless his performance as the Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not a series regular. He gets to be a guest star frequently. So
your next stop, the Zither Zone. A guitar. That one kid in the very back has his hands in his pockets. You lazy SOB.
That's right.
My favorite basses are made by Rickenbacker, says DJ Play Nice. Wow. And so we're here at Mr. Beavis's place of work, where he has a whole load of junk all over his desk, including flowers, a stuffed squirrel. This taxidermy, I hate it, but Mr. Beavis likes it. And
Sick out of a toy over there to the right near the picture, with that round thing on the top of it. Keep going up that thing. What the heck is that thing?
I'm not
It's
sure.
like a damn fixture or something, or a water.
Sometimes I think he just picks up like random junk that can be moved, like just has moving parts, and he's happy with it. And so he's late to work. Obviously, you do as you guess. He's late because he was busy playing with everybody. So this is one of my favorite juxtapositions of the portrait of the happy boss and then how he actually looks currently. Love that. That's great. But unfortunately, the reason why the boss is unhappy is because Bevis is late, And so I guess that's the last straw for Bevis. And so he's gotta meet with the boss. And it takes all day for him to get fired. It takes so many hours. Like he has to spend all day telling him all the things he's done wrong in the past 11 months. And I guess he's been bottling it up this entire time because he has to tell him everything. And then he packs up all his stuff. And everybody's helping him, just like at home. All of these people think that he's cool, and they're like friends with him, and they feel bad for him that he has to pack up everything and go. And this one lady helps him out, and so I guess his his oddness isn't good for business. And not only that, oh man, wait a minute. Did I miss something else? No. Was it really? Let me see. So first, well, I guess I missed getting clips of it, but after he gets out of the office, his car rolls all by itself into traffic and gets into a car accident. And I guess he didn't put the brake on. And so that caused an accident. I guess, and then he had to get a tow truck. So he lost his job, he lost his car, and he makes it home. And it turns out he's also lost his apartment because all his stuff is out on the porch.
Jill, I'm so sorry. I just got called away for a second. Can you go back 2 slides?
Sure.
So do you know the cop?
The cop, okay. I got it. It takes a minute. There it is.
That's cool. Do you recognize this gentleman?
Oh, the police officer?
Yes. This is I don't know how to pronounce it, but his first name is Nils. I want to say Niels or Niles Barris. He is the gentleman on Deep Space Station K7 who is concerned about quadrotriticale. God,
this is
on migraine.
He's from Trouble with Tribbles. Okay,
he's from Trouble with Tribbles. Had an illustrious career, but I was like, wait a second.
So, yes. Good work. I didn't check the actors today, so I appreciate that. I appreciate you finding that.
Apparently, this is with the co-stars of the episode. This is the Twilight Zone where the actors have a combined total screen credits of 1,200. This is the company of the most prolific actors on any episode of the Twilight Zone. Oh. It is William Shallard, the glove cleaner. That's $1,000 comment right there. Looks like William Shallard. It is.
It's William Shallard. Okay, so it's okay. Very cool.
Yeah, and he's been in a lot. He is a that guy actor throughout. This episode is in what? It's still in 1960 or are we in 61?
We're still in 60.
Okay. So yeah, from 1960 and probably before. But he was in so many things. You would recognize him from a lot. And the one that I'm going to highlight is The Trouble with Tribbles in the Twilight Zone.
Well, it's always the best. When we find a Star Trek actor, that's a good day.
Yes.
I'm happy with that. Trouble with Tribbles, Nils
Barris.
Great.
They don't like you, Mr. Darwin. Why is that?
All right. And that one, kid in the back. Oh, yeah, we read that one. The officer was the father on Patty Duke's show. Oh, there's another one.
Sorry, John. I never saw the Patty Duke show.
Very cool. Thank you. A lot of people recognize this guy.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Sorry about my sojourn.
yeah, so no, you're totally fine.
Cool.
We just had to roll through all the tragedies of the day. He gets fired. He wrecks his car. He loses his car. He goes home, and now he's evicted. Yay! The landlady's tired of him not paying his rent. Is why he's being evicted, as you might have guessed. So he goes to the bar to drown his sorrows. And because in just one day, Mr. Bevis's life has turned into a country song.
Yes, and yet he still maintains drunken composure. I do enjoy the grammar police that Bevis provides.
I do too.
You know what? I don't know if I should say Bevis or if I just should Bevis.
Well, however you're feeling at the moment will work.
I suppose. You know what? When he looks like an Undertaker, I'm going to call him Bevis.
All right. Apparently, you can see the guardian angel in the reflection, but when he turns around, he doesn't see him.
It's like an anti-vampire.
That's why I get this vibe about him not being alive. Or half, or like purgatory type thing. I don't know. It just seems weird. He's seeing things. Weird. Either that or it's the booze.
But that's usually these scenes end with like violent recourse, and this kind of reminded me of Harvey. Like I don't think he died.
I don't think he died either.
But I do, like, if you want to attribute his less than illustrious careers to anything, hey, the man's sitting 5 deep on, I got fired, I got evicted, my car is broken. What do we do? Let's get effed up.
Whoa, the glove cleaner might have been conceived during this exact episode, but I digress. Or at least sometime around.
You may have a guardian angel then. Congratulations.
Twilight Zone is one of the shows that gave the actors a lot of face time with the audience. And speaking of which, this particular actor is Orson Bean, who said, "It was a wonderful time to work at the studios. I was told in advance that it was a pilot and that I would play the lead. Television offered the opportunity of a steady paycheck, and I was ready and willing. When I was told Rod Serling wrote the script, I was impressed. My God, Rod Serling. And Henry Jones was a dear man to work with, and I kept thinking to myself how poorly executed the pilot was filmed. Looking back at it today, I can see why the script was not up to Serling's standard, according to him."
Huh.
And so, of course, he goes out to. Okay, so he has this flight of liquor, but because of this man appearing in the mirror, he talks to the bartender and says, "Well, like you said you wanted something to fortify a man in his darkest hour of his life." Yeah, that's what the bartender says. But when they're talking about the reflection, he's thinking that he's been poisoned, so he sniffs the liquor like he thinks that there's something wrong with it.
You know what? I just realized something, and I realized why I like this episode so much. This is Tapestry.
Tapestry? Well, but I didn't think you liked Tapestry. I love Tapestry.
This is better than Tapestry.
This is a reverse Tapestry.
No, and I'll try and explain better at the end.
Okay. No, Tapestry is amazing.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, and if anybody doesn't know out there, that's a Star Trek: The Next Generation episode with the Twilight Zone-ness of the episode provided by Q. And so this man introduces himself as J. Hardy Hempstead. He's Mr. Bevis's guardian angel. Apparently, one of Mr. Bevis's ancestors did something so phenomenally great that every generation this guardian angel picks one family member to be a guardian to. And this time, this particular Mr. Bevis gets it.
Well, and not only that, but Mr. Henstead helped Ben-Hur win the chariot race.
Ben.
That's what he says.
Oh, I forgot about that part. Well remembered. And when when Mr. Beavis asks for a drink for his friend, the bartender takes away one of the drinks because he's just like, "Oh no, what is this? What's wrong with my liquor?" Oh,
Now this gentleman is also a very prolific actor, although I cannot pin him on any specific Star Trek, but he was
looks
in
familiar.
a bunch of stuff. I don't know his name.
Henry Jones is his
Junior?
name.
Is it Indiana Jones?
No, just Henry Jones.
Oh,
Oh, you made that joke last week.
I did.
I remember that joke. Well, we could look. We can look and see what he did. Henry Jones.
I got him right here.
What do you got?
Early in his career, he performed with the Hedgerow Theater near Philadelphia. His first Broadway appearance was Maurice.
Okay, so he started on the stage.
Yeah,
Oh, and he was in World War II.
World War II, yeah. And cast in Irving Berlin's The Army. This is The Army.
I'm
Wow.
familiar with it.
okay.
Yeah.
He's in a lot. You are right. He was in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, look
Oh,
at
he's
all
in
this
stuff
stuff.
with Bill Mummy, too.
Yeah, I see that. Rascal, whatever that is.
Hmm.
He did something with Frank Sinatra.
Didn't he do? See, it's so funny because if you go to the Henry Jones IMDb
Arachnophobia.
page, it has a trailer for Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Thanks, AI. I know who that is.
Don't-
He's in Vertigo.
Scotty,
The
don't
Grifters.
ask the AI.
I
What are you
didn't ask
doing?
the AI. I asked the IMDb app. I'm just saying it's infecting everything. Welcome, Skynet. I adore you. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. That's where 310 to Yuma. Yeah, I knew him from his westerns, and it was so
Oh.
strange to see him all cleaned up in a contemporary for its time setting. He was in briefly in Dick Tracy.
Well, but you're
Wow.
gonna love this Jedi Master. He played the cousin of Dr. Smith in Lost in Space.
That's where I remembered him.
Yes.
He played, the Curse of Cousin Smith. Yes, I knew I saw him in an episode of Lost in Space. I just couldn't place that because he's the makeup and what they did to him. in
I
that
just want to
episode.
say that I did not scream yes because I knew it. I'm just glad that someone else screamed yes, and I was like, "You won!"
He did. He did win. Very good. Is that Thomas Gomez in the mirror? Not Thomas Gomez. Henry Jones. Yes. Might remember him in The Bad Seed. I love The Bad Seed. The movie with the creepy little girl who kills people. Yes, I like that.
Poison Ivy?
No, I forget her name.
Yeah.
But she gets upset because she didn't win the penmanship award, and so everybody must die.
Calligraphy is a big business.
Canadian Spider-Man says, "I do remember The Bad Seed." Yep, yeah, very memorable movie. It's a
Never
book
seen
too.
it. Never heard of it.
Never seen it.
Good morning, Jacob Ironside. Good to see you here.
G'day,
Here,
Jacob.
if you're not subscribed to him, the link is right there. Oh, the pain.
Well, and that's why I don't like tapestries. It takes an entire hour. But all I needed from for Picard, Tapestry takes an entire hour. And all I needed from Kirk was I need my pain. You can't take away my pain. And so that's the comparison between captains. But with this,
Well, but Captain Kirk knew that he needed his pain.
and Picard
Captain
did not.
Picard did
Picard, the
not.
thoughtful, self-aware individual
He
that he
did not.
is,
He
did
did not
not
know.
understand the nuances of a romantic yearning. Okay.
He regretted the way he behaved when he was younger. He regretted his nature, and he had grown from it, and he had left that part of him behind, not realizing how important that part of him was.
Yeah, and then he asks for it all to be undone because he needed his pain.
Yeah, because
Yeah, but Kirk
he
knew
learned
that.
his lesson. Yeah, but
Yeah,
Picard
Kirk didn't need a lesson.
No,
Are you
nope.
afraid?
Right.
I fear nothing. That is one of the best performances by William Shatner.
I'm
He's in
not.
Star
I'm
Trek
not
5
really.
and that's-
I'm not really. Yeah. No. Of course, Captain Kirk is better.
Okay, then we
But
can move on. Let's get back to the episode.
But I still love Tapestry.
That's
Captain
fine.
Picard
I accept
needed
your
it.
apology.
There's no apology.
I
it's
know.
it's the wonderful life for Star Trek.
I suppose.
Oh, there's a bit of a blooper here anyway, where the Guardian Angel corrects Mr. Bevis with when Mr. Bevis says, "Who might you be?" Which is, people say that sentence all the time. Everybody knows that's correct, but for some reason this character corrects him by saying, "Whom might you be?" Nobody says that. That's obviously not correct.
No, it is correct. Grammatically, it is correct. No one says it because it is a grammar police situation, but we've already established that Mr. Bevis is a bit of a he says you can't say them, you have to say those, and he specifies the grammatical rule, and then someone says why, and why can I see him in the mirror, but not at his booth? And he says it drunkenly, and the way the performance is done, it's absolutely beautiful. And then the bartender says, "See who?" And then Mr. Beavis says, "Whom?" in the objective, I think, or something. And it's mirrored by that. And grammatically, Mr. Hassenpfeffer is absolutely correct.
No, I think it's
not. No, you check it out. It's true. Whom refers to the individual. Who refers to the questionable whole. If I'm not mistaken, but if I am, you know whom to discuss it with.
All right. Well.
But no one says
anyway,
it.
I know.
It's such
a
grammar Nazi thing to do. Sorry about
yeah,
the
but
swear.
I know my grammar, and it's
no, I know. But whom is one of those? That's like an outlier of an archaic form of grammar.
Well, no.
Whom is something that we're aware of, but no one. When was the last time you heard anybody say whom?
It's a half-hour debate on whom.
I know, just the one word. Brilliant writing.
To whom it is concerned, or something.
Yeah. Actually, by the way, that reminds me. Can you write me a recommendation letter? Not after today's show.
Oh shoot! Sorry, that was my phone. I need to turn off the sound on my phone. Like when it makes sounds, it's very distracting. So let me turn this off.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
DJ Play Nice in the chat says, "To whom does this belong?"
Right. I heard Tapestry and thought Carole King also.
I'm not as familiar with Carole King as I should be.
Oh yeah, right. And he gets a drink out of nowhere. So yeah, he's the guardian angel, so he can manifest liquor. And he said, Henry Jones says, recalls his origins as an actor. When I was in college, I wanted to be a lawyer. My father, a surgeon, said he didn't care what I became as long as I wasn't a doctor. This was 1935, and doctors were at the bottom of the financial barrel. I went to several prep schools and colleges and got kicked out of most of them. I had infantile paralysis when I was 4, and the only thing that got paralyzed was my throat. I think that is why I have such a funny voice. I grew up with flat feet, and I didn't develop muscles until my late 20s. Any kid could beat me up, but I found out one day that I could be funny and sarcastic and make the kids in class laugh. And that was the beginning of my acting career. So that's an interesting little bit of information about Henry Jones. And so Mr. Bevis introduces his bartender to the invisible friend. So the bartender sniffs the drink, takes one away. Then the guardian angel says that one of the ancestors of Bevis did something great. So one of the men in the Bevis line every once in a while is blessed with this guardian angel's assistant. He says, for instance, Magellan Bevis, an intrepid explorer in the which century? I forget. Some century.
Previous.
A previous century, a member of the British Parliament. So one was in Parliament, one was a great explorer. And more recently, Gunner Lou Bevis, the first Marine to hit the beach at Nicaragua?
That's what he said. Nicaragua. I don't know the history of it, but apparently Nicaragua.
Yeah. Bevis says, that's Uncle Louie. Well, let me get. I think I got a picture of all of them. There's the there's the Parliament, British Parliament.
Yes.
Fellow, and here is Uncle Louie.
Yes.
So
anytime you see a person with facial hair here, it looks like me trying to grow facial hair. It's just like, stop it, just shave.
Well, it's obvious they used their lead actor, and they just dressed him up. He just had fun time playing dress up. It was cute.
He looks like he stole Dick Van Dyke's chin.
So the guardian angel can even undo what's already gone wrong. He can somehow reset the whole day, so that Bevis will start the whole day over again. But this time, he won't lose his job, his car, or his apartment. And he even gets the guardian angel even stops the chandelier from falling on his face. And so that's what we're about to see. But in order to do all of these wonderful things, the catch is that Bevis won't be himself anymore. He'll have to change to become a more productive version of himself, should he choose to accept these gifts.
Yeah.
And the change starts with changing his his bow tie and his loud outfit to something more conventional.
Mm-hmm.
And Bevis thinks he's now dressed like an undertaker. so he's still himself. He's just given the opportunity to change if he wants to.
I liked, you know what? This is a very early special effect of Norman Fell here walking. This is 2 episodes in a row where I just think this would be better if it were Norman Fell. And he walks through the plate glass door, and then Bevis walks into it. Bevis, because he's wearing the suit now. Dog doesn't like him. His entire life has been changed. Oh, if only we could redo today. How do we redo today? Well, first things first, let's change your entire life.
Yeah, so the dog doesn't like him. The lady still greets him, but she's not so happy to see him.
Oh no, she's as pink as a puppy's belly, if that's a thing. And it's just like she's so happy because he's a different person. He's been paying his rent, of course. Like, he has purchased the respect of his landlady, while his community says, you're a cold-hearted man. You haven't done anything for us.
That's what I'm saying. The landlady's happy, but I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about the other lady, the lady down the hallway.
Yes.
She still says good morning, but she isn't delighted to see him.
Oh, the dark things that could have happened in Bevis's history.
How the past.
Like, what if the lady from down the hall? What if they had a romantic entanglement and then Bevis was a dick?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah,
like, look at all the things he has. He's got style. He's got cars, but he's got a cold reaction from the people around him.
Right, except for the people who are economically benefiting from his nature, his new nature. So now the kids don't want to play football with him, and the fruit stand man yells at him and does not give him a free apple.
Well, and also it's interesting because I did
Yes.
want to say that DJ Play Nice in the chat says the banana wars were in Nicaragua. And the interesting thing about this is as the fruit seller walks down the street, he calls out, "Bananas!" And he's like selling bananas. And he's like, "Bananas!" And so it's, I don't know. There's something, I think that there's some sort of commentary in there when you say that. So I thought that, at the time when I watched the episode, I was like, yes, this is bananas. But I don't know if that's what they meant. Is Bevis the same actor that hosted Mr. Ed? You know what? He had such a prolific career. Like, I was surprised to see how much stuff this guy was in. Mr. Bevis. Orson Bean. What do we got? Is there no sound in this car? He was in Being John
hello.
Malkovich.
Yes, I was
Space,
talking. Sorry about that.
The animated Hobbit. He was in The Equalizer 2.
I know that jumped out at me, The Hobbit.
Yeah, well, the animated one.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, it doesn't really matter. I don't care for any of that.
But I like the animated Hobbit. I don't see Mr. Ed here.
I do not, but yeah. Oh, he was in an episode of How I Met Your Mother. But that's also, like, if you're in an episode of The Twilight Zone and you're in an episode of How I Met Your Mother, good work.
The bananas were very fresh. Oh. The closest I got was Guatemala, but it was getting bananas where they were grown.
Bananas.
Thank you. I could have read The Glove Cleaner. He said no. I remember Orson being best from What's My Line?
Jill.
DJ Play Night says, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today.
Jill, he was on an episode of Tiny Toon Adventures.
Oh, really? Tiny
Yeah,
Toons.
he played Geppetto.
Oh, cool. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've enjoyed his work then. I love that show when I was little. Nice.
Yeah. No, he's absolutely like what is this? Anatomy of a Murder? Actually, that's highly rated. I should look at what this is. Oh, it's got that there Jimmy Stewart. Sort of a Harvey connection. Anyway.
Yeah.
No, I do enjoy.
Yeah, oh right. And of course he does not slide down the banister this time.
But Mr. Hasselhoff, he looks
Hempstead.
Whatever, I don't care. He looks at the banister and he's like, that actually looks like a good time. There is a beautiful little silent moment that happens in the background. And it's like, I don't know, maybe he'd be happier if he did this. I really enjoyed
it. And not only was the landlady happy, I forgot the part where she gives him a wink.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's gross.
She's super happy.
That's sexual harassment.
Look at it. He's getting his new car.
A fancy car, the latest in design instead of something from so many years ago.
Well, and it's so funny. This is a great thing that I get to say. I was working with a lady yesterday, and I got to see the first time I've ever seen a Cybertruck up close. And she came back inside and she said, I'm sorry, we got the Cybertruck before all this Elon Musk stuff happened. And I was like, it's fine. I want to get a 1985 Pontiac 5000 LE. And everyone was like, oh yeah, and you can convert it to electric. And I was like, But it was just like, it was so weird to have a person apologize for their cool car when what I wanted was a Rickenbacker. Like, yeah. I cannot express how much.
Why would you have to convert your car?
Well, remember in Back to the Future 2 when it's like we can take your old road cars and make them flying cars for only $39, $9.99, $95. It was something like that. It's like if you have to take your classic car and make it modern.
Okay. I don't see why. Brogu
Yeah.
says, I really love the episode of The Twilight Zone where everyone has a pig face. And the woman that was in the hospital was considered hideous from her accident. Okay, so, but
Spoilers.
Brogu, spoilers. We're coming up on that episode.
Spoilers for something that have clearly penetrated the pop culture and television history. If it isn't something that you know about, then
I'm not really upset, Brogu, because that one is episode everybody knows. So I don't think he spoiled too many people.
Next thing you know, Brogu's going to tell us that Soylent Green is made of people.
Oh my!
Oh, did I spoil it?
They're made of people. No,
it's a cookbook.
Oh no! Hey. Not as bad as the landlady in Kingpin. I will take
That's
a
true.
Shelby Cobra.
Gavin, that was my first thought. And maybe is bad.
That pricing thing was a riff on Earl Schwib commercials. I'll paint any car for just $99, $99, $95. Okay.
Well, I think it was also. When was anyway? I don't want to get into
no.
I'm
sorry, Brogu. It's okay. It's good for you to mention your favorite episodes. Please don't shut up, Brogu. I said it was okay. It's okay because everybody knows the episode, so it's okay to talk about it. I was just we were just playing. I'm sorry, Brogu. Please don't leave. He's into frogs and frog eggs, though.
Old Man Bird.
Who's
into frog eggs?
I don't know. Oh, the Grogu. But we have.
Oh, that makes sense.
So I don't know. Grogu eats frog's eggs, but Tristan Mendoza is just stopping by. I haven't seen these episodes in a long time, but have them here. So He arrives to work, and he's on time because nobody wanted to play with him, and so.
No, he arrives at the exact same time. He arrives at the exact same time.
Oh, he's still late?
No. I don't think he's late. I think that he shows up and Mr. Balderdash, he says,
so happy to see him.
Well, no, but the first time it's like, you're what is going on with your personality on your desk and your zither music and your why Christmas carols? And so you're fired. Get out. But this
Christmas
time,
carols.
I know. Then there's a brilliant line. I don't know where it is. You don't have to find the slide, but we'll talk about it in a sec. And this time when he goes in dressed like a mortician, an undertaker, as he says, and he says, oh, Mr. Bevis, I want to announce to the entire room, this asshole that you do not interact with, he's getting a raise to $10 a week because no one has been more productive. You make money for this company, and thank you for showing no personality or no personal interferences. Like it is, and it's not said in so many words. I'm paraphrasing. I was very, very much. I really enjoy this episode, and I identify with it greatly. And so if only you'll just stop referring to things as if they're Romulan, Scott, you might get a promotion, but I like Romulans. And then someone snaps their finger, like Q, and says, hey, now you get to be normal. And then you show up in normal land, and you're like, oh, no one's even remotely interested in me because I'm either an asshole or bland as F. And this is what this is. This is Tapestry. I cannot live like this man. He is bereft of passion.
Well,
it's exactly what you wanted.
And a $10 raise is actually really good because with inflation. with inflation, it's $109.
Huh. But does he only make $10 a week, or is it like an
No.
additional
It's a
$10?
raise. It's a
Yeah,
raise.
oh, it is
That
raised.
means
Yeah.
it's on top of his original salary, whatever it is.
Yes.
And it doesn't. Yeah, he's really upset that his desk is empty, that his project was gone, that he was working on for somebody.
Old
He-
Ironsides.
Yeah, he was
Building
making a
ships
boat
for children. He would be put on a list today.
today. Yeah, but that kind of
But
thing, it was
that's
different.
well, but also I want to address it from the opening narration. Is that he does like liking children used to be affable and welcoming. It didn't mean
It
lists.
didn't mean creepy.
Yeah. Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. That's what it meant.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, and like you said, these changes, he might be better off now that he has his job back. He has a better car. He's got more money, but he's also lost his joy in life. What makes him happy, the little things in life that makes him happy, or things that he
Who
has to
he
give up
is.
to have this life.
It makes him who he is, his idiosyncrasies and all those little things he does. And now it's like sucked out of him.
He needs his zither music. And so he says that he does not want this. He wants to go play football with the children and everything. He doesn't want to do this. And Hempstead says that this is the best I can do for you. I'm used to helping people with bigger dreams than you have. And Beavis finally admits that he prefers his old life, living his own way, versus this fake one that doesn't really match his personality. And even if it means he has to lose his job and his place of residence, he wants to be the way he was.
Well, it reminds me of a quote from the Quentin Tarantino movie Jackie Brown, which Jill hasn't seen. And it's when Samuel L. Jackson talks to Bridget Fonda's character and says, "Damn it, girl, you stoned already? You just sit around all day and watch cartoons and get high. You're going to lose your ambition." And Bridget Fonda says, "Well, if your ambition is getting high and watching cartoons, nothing to steal." Or to something of that effect.
That
I
is
do
exactly
appreciate.
wow.
I do appreciate. He is brought back to the beginning of his day. He is aware and prepared to go through absolutely everything that was terrible leading up to his Undertaker facade. And yeah.
Well, he seems a lot happier going through the misery this time.
He's prepared for it. He knows what's going to happen. I knew it was wrong. It was a crime. I did it anyway. I'm a criminal. And I would rather be me than, what? In the immortal words of the philosopher. Oh, in the immortal words of the philosopher Trent Reznor, I think. It's like, F you, I won't do what you told me. Bevis. Oh, I can't do this justice, but no, and I'm doing the narration, so I can't do the dialogue. Master, can you do the dialogue?
The dialogue.
It's fresh and private. And also
again?
I'll learn phrasing.
Are they already in here?
Yes, it's the last one on the list.
It starts with you know.
Okay. You know, I lost my job today in my car and I was evicted. But you know what? I love zither music and model shipbuilding. And if you can't bring kids into an office at Christmas to sing carols, then what's the point of being alive?
Hells yes.
That's who he is. It's like he's being stifled.
And I'd, Give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. And then he's rewarded. He gets his car.
Yeah, the
And
guardian
even it's
angel
a shitty
is,
car. That's the best
yeah,
part. It is its old shitty car. It's not like,
yeah,
oh,
he got
now.
his car back.
Yes.
The guardian angel is accepting Bevis for who he is and gives him back his old car, and even gets him out of a parking ticket that he was going to get for parking next to a fire hydrant. And then we get closing narration.
That's my job.
Yes.
Oh, and I love it. And he's not spiteful. He's just like, yeah, I don't know. And he's thankful throughout. He's like, you still with me, Mr. Hufflepuff?
Hempstead.
Sure, whatever. I don't care. So anyway, Mr. James B.W. Bevis, who believes in a magic all his own. The magic of a child's smile, the magic of liking and being liked, the strange and wondrous mysticism that is the simple act of living. Mr. James B.W. Bevis, species of 20th century male, who has his own private and special Twilight Zone. And oh my God. As a person who has his own special and personal Twilight Zone, this episode is something that I want to send to a Christmas card, as a Christmas card to everyone that I know. And it's like, you know, if you'd like to understand this, the Muppet Show in Star Trek, bow ties and Chuck Taylors. So this is what punk rock and cream soda with a little bit of gin. So this is just, and again, there's been a lot of backlash about the drinking. I enjoyed the casual drinking in this. I enjoyed the ne'er-do-well attitude of a man self-absorbed in treating reality as if it was his own personal playground. I related to it. I love it. And the best part about Mr. Bevis, as I will refer to him now, is, yeah, that's fine. That's cool. I'd rather be liked than successful, because my success is being liked, or at least having a connection with other people. Reaching
and he
out
seems to be able to survive.
Well, no, at the end of this episode, he is homeless, jobless, and
He has a car.
he gets a vehicle. He gets a vehicle.
And he has a car.
So yeah.
What I mean by survive is that he had 11 jobs in 6 months. He had jobs. It's just not for very long.
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
he
That's why I like
keeps
Mr.
going
Bevis.
for
He's
it.
been fired before.
He's been fired and he's ready to be fired again.
Yeah. Because I would rather be content and be able to take the world on my own terms. It's funny because when he gets out of the episode, or he gets out of the elevator, and he's still wearing the monkey suit, Mr. Hornblower says, it's like, he says, you're gonna be destitute. And he's like, I have been before, always got out of it. Nothing's ever so bad that I'm going to stop. Like, this is one of those things, like we've seen Twilight Zone episodes where people are like, and now I throw myself in front of a train. And it's like, this isn't, Mr. Bevis is an optimistic.
He's a survivor.
Yes. In the face of adversity. Adversity. I know people check my pronunciation, especially when I lecture them on the use of the word whom.
But you're incorrect about that.
Yeah, I've been wrong before. What are you going to do?
Bravo Julia says, when I was a kid, I got Soylent Green from the video store, and it had a trailer for the movie for some reason, and the trailer says, Soylent Green is people at the end. Totally ruined the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, no. And something like that comes up in the next episode, and we'll talk about it. Christian Mendoza says Soylent Green, though, is mostly about how screwed up everyone is in that society otherwise. Yeah, right. It's overly crowded. That's why what happens. The book is called Make
we could do a
Room. Make
we could do a
Room.
whole thing about Soylent Green.
I'll have to read Make Room. Make Room. Trishan Mendoza says, like Heston's cop character thinks it's okay for him to refer to the women who work for the rich guy as furniture to her face alone.
I just don't understand the irony of investigating a murder in a world that is overpopulated. Like, it's busy work.
Well, because
Hey!
people have souls. People are people.
Yeah. And that's exactly what Soylent Green
Murder
provides.
is still wrong.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
A
Scotty.
man kills a
What you're saying.
man in the heat of battle, and they call it heroic.
Sigvaldison, thank you so much today for giving us this super chat. Thank you so much. He says, toward one shot of rye whiskey for Scotty.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Unfortunately, if Jill sends me a bottle of rye, the tariffs would be through the roof.
Right. I don't know if I can do that.
You can't. Don't worry about it. Don't entertain the idea.
Okay. But I can give Sigvaldison a spin on the
we got
wheel
a
and play
spin.
him a video.
Nice. I heard the spinning wheel. I didn't know.
Oh, did you hear it?
I
Oh,
heard
that's
it.
awesome. Well, that's not good because I got to mute the screen so we don't get an echo.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, this is perfect for today.
He makes me laugh.
Yeah.
I'll bake you a carrot cake.
There you go.
Are you telling me that you could have got out of these cuffs at any time?
Yeah. You sure could. I was wondering. Oh, there.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
That woman has an enormous rib cage.
It's okay. Oh, okay. Jerry Ryan. Jerry Ryan is really sweet in real life, DJ Knight. You would like her. And Greek Letters Larson says, I've heard of fluorescent green, but that Soylent Green, I don't know what that is.
Jill, I'm going to go have a smoke before we start the 1985
it might not,
Andrew McCarthy movie.
By the time you get back, I might have started it already.
That's fine. I don't have to do the narration. You guys do your thing. I'll be back in a flash.
Yep. Sounds good. Sigvaldison, hello. Yeah. Saying hello to people. We got some greetings going on in the chat. And I forgot Scotty lives in the U.S. future conquest under our God Emperor. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Things seem like they're about to happen. Hey, don't get me started on Jessica Rabbit. Okay, I won't. But it's time. It is time for us to start the next episode. Like I told Scotty, we've got to keep it moving. And so the next episode that we have today is the After Hours. And the After Hours first aired on June 10th, 1960. It was directed by Douglas Hayes, and it was written by Rod Serling with Anne Francis as Marcia White, the lead of this episode. And so Marcia is shopping for a golden thimble in a department store, and she can't seem to find it. So that's how the episode starts. Oh, no, Tristan, I haven't seen the trailer that you sent me, but I did see that you sent an email. I will check it out later. But basically, it's just shopping time. She's just strolling around shopping, enjoying her time in the department store. looking for that golden thimble. And while everyone else is waiting for the elevator, another elevator seems to open up just for Marcia.
Yes.
And no one else notices this other elevator. The man inside promises her the thimble is on the 9th floor, and she's delighted at the personal service here that she's getting while everyone else has to wait for the elevator. And however, once they get to that 9th floor, they discover that it looks like this 9th floor is completely empty. At least it looks that way. And we get the opening narration, which I will read. Express elevator to the 9th floor of a department store, carrying Miss Marcia White on a most prosaic, ordinary, run-of-the-mill errand. Miss Marcia White on the 9th floor, specialties department, looking for a gold thimble. The odds are that she'll find it, but there are even better odds that she'll find something else, because this isn't just a department store. This happens to be the Twilight Zone. And so she gets off at this floor, even though nothing seems to be here. And she's left here. She tries to take the elevator back down, but it won't work. I was wondering at this point why she didn't try to use the stairs, but that comes up later.
Mm-hmm.
It comes in later. That blonde is a replicant. Yeah. Oh man, Tristan. Yes.
He's Altair Morbius from Forbidden
No.
Planet.
Oh yes, she's that too. Yeah. Well, I love her in Forbidden Planet.
Me too.
Now, finally, a lady appears offering to help Marcia. And she sells her exactly the gold thimble that Marcia was looking for. She wanted to buy it for her mother, which is why I love that Tristan says that she's a replicant. Because, replicants are implanted with false memories. So keep that in mind. And I'll bring that up later. Now, Marcia wants some answers. She wants to know why this lady knows her name, because she does, and that they have nothing on this floor except the thimble that she wanted. But the lady isn't forthcoming at all. The lady reverses the questioning back on her, asking if Marcia is happy. But Marcia says that isn't her business. Revealing nothing, she didn't really clarify anything at all. So the elevator returns to collect Marcia to go back to the lower floor. However, during the elevator ride, she looks at the thimble, and sees that it's scratched and it's dented, and she can't send this to her mom. So they send her to floor 3, which is where you go when you have a complaint. And so then we meet Mr. Armbruster. He works in complaints, and he has a meeting with the manager, Sloan. He says that it's impossible that Marcia could have bought the thimble because she claims to have gotten it on the 9th floor, but there is no 9th floor. Where? So, yeah, because if you go to
Look at their eyes. Look at the guy's eyes with the carnation on the his eyes are like bulging out of his head.
They are. He's at wit's end, because if you look at the elevator and when they go to the 9th floor, it says R, so that means it should have been the roof. So that's where the roof is. So, but in this case, that's where she bought her thimble for $25. And she meets with the manager, and she tries to explain what happened. But and then she even sees the lady that resembles a salesperson. But now she's discovered that this lady is a mannequin, and this is what frightens her. And so then we meet Mr. Armbruster. He works in complaints, and he has a meeting with the manager, Sloan. He says that it's impossible that Marcia could have bought the thimble because she claims to have gotten it on the 9th floor, but there is no 9th floor. Where? So, yeah, because if you go to And Anne Francis says, looking back on those years, I would say that I get more fan mail related to the Twilight Zone than anything else I have done, including Honey West and Forbidden Planet.
Wow.
Yeah. So she gets more fan
She's-
mail for this episode.
He's great in this episode.
Oh, she is definitely. And so at this site, I've seen the lady she just bought the thimble from in this form.
She freaks out.
She freaks out, and so the employee they put her on the couch to I guess she has some kind of attack, so she has to
Those
lay
eyes
down.
again.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got some incredible eyes like Gowron.
It's like they bulge right out each time he speaks, like they ball.
Yeah. They're pretty great eyes. Great eyes. It's pretty much like Gowron, the Klingon from Star Trek. And so everybody's in such a hurry to close up the department store and go home that they forget about Marcia and they just leave her there. But at least finally, she remembers.
Sort
You remember
in the chat.
No, Scotty's upset in the chat. What?
No. Someone said James Caserta said that he looks like Scotty, the guy with the eyes.
Oh, okay. Wait, who?
See what?
Oh,
That's
okay.
crazy talk. I thought I looked like Bevis.
You do.
Anyway, Marcia.
Marcia gets forgotten about and left in the department store, so she's trapped. She's frightened, and she's yeah. I actually this happened to me before at university where I fell asleep somewhere and I woke up, and when I woke up everything was locked. I was like, oh shit, how to get out of here? Eventually I found a room that let me out, but it was a funny time. I enjoyed finding places where I could be alone at university and get my work done and stuff. Anyway, so she doesn't figure out how to get out of the department store though. She's locked. She finally remembers the stairway, and the stairway's locked. Which is a fire hazard. I don't know why that's the case, but anyway.
Nothing's gonna stop us now. We can take this world together. And sorry, the movie it reminds me of.
Why are you singing that song in particular?
Because it's from the movie Mannequin.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That does help. Anyway, she can't get to the stairs.
She's trapped.
Yeah, she is trapped.
What is the importance of the gold thimble?
It was something to bring her back to the department store. Maybe it was.
Oh, that
maybe it
makes
was
sense.
like the. Maybe it was like the cue, to hey, come back. Go, we'll get there in a minute. Actually, we're getting through this episode really quickly.
Yeah,
really
you're
good one.
firing through it because there ain't a lot of meat on these bones.
No, there's not, but it's a really good episode.
Sure,
But it's really quick. It's really quick.
Yeah.
Creepy.
It's simple. It's simple.
It's thimble.
It's thimble.
Oh. Okay, so
But,
Douglas Hayes, who worked on this episode, says, I think the casting of Anne Francis in that role was unbelievably good. Apparently, this opinion is shared by many others, for Anne Francis observes, I still have people who walk up to me and say, the favorite show that I ever saw that you were in was that. It did make a mark. It did make an impression. And now that she's all alone in this apartment store, she's hearing voices calling out her name, telling her that she knows who she is. And now the mannequins are starting to move. Well, and this one's just falling down, but other ones are
That's still
starting
moving.
to move. Well,
What?
she
Covered
is
up.
yeah, she is. She's freaking out about all of it. And we get a good close up of all of these very intricately created mannequins all over the shop.
Marsha.
Yeah, they're all
Marsha.
saying her name. That's right.
Masha.
You know who you are.
Charlie. Why don't you come back, Charlie?
Welcome back, Masha.
Exactly. Yeah, so anyway.
Right. So she finally makes it to the elevator. Oh wait, no, she's calling on the phone. This does actually take a
Rotary
while,
phone.
but Scotty, it's a horror episode kind of. So she's
Yeah.
terrified. So there's a bit of that. There's a bit of
I'm
the
not
horror
arguing.
aspect.
It's got a
No,
night
I think-
gallery vibe.
The tension in the episode, it was almost, and I know people throw this around a lot lately, but it was almost Lynchian in terms of the Marsha. Oh,
That sounds
Like,
like
I
a
was-
compliment.
it is a compliment. It is a compliment, but I don't want to overstate the compliment. I think it's terrifying. And I was on the edge of my seat the entire time watching the episode, wondering what the was going on. But
Well, yeah, exactly. She finally makes it to the elevator, but the lady who sold her a thimble greets her at the exit in her mannequin form, and she turns back into more of a human form. But Marsha's already curling in the floor, crying. And so as she walks Marsha more into the 9th floor or wherever they are, all the mannequins start to move. They're coming to life. So it's like the Toy Story, but with mannequins. And after hours, they move. And so she comes to remember that she is a mannequin. But if she's a mannequin, I was wondering, how did she interact with everybody else? Well, they say that, when everybody gets a turn at being human for a whole month.
They go to the outside, as they call them.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. They get to play with outsiders for a while. They get to be a person for a month. And now it's the lady who sold her the thimble earlier. It's her turn to be a person for a month. And so, to the point of the production of this episode, I kind of like some of this stuff. So the biggest challenge of the episode, this is from the Mark Scott Zicree companion book. The biggest challenge of this episode was to construct mannequins which would look like the principal actors, yet still be clearly recognizable as mannequins. I was very concerned about that one being technically good, says Buckhoughton, because I felt it would fall right on its face if those models weren't awfully good. And we debated whether to have Anne Francis do it herself in some sort of frozen pose. And we talked about waxing her face and doing lots of things to make her look like a mannequin. But we felt that wouldn't work. I remember going round and round on how to make that so solid that nobody would laugh at it or say, "Oh, I caught them doing their tricks." What was finally done was that William Tuttle and his assistant Charles Schramm made molds of the faces of the three principals, Anne Francis, Elizabeth Allen, and John Conwell. And hey, why are you yawning? Stop you.
No. It wasn't a yawn. It was. I didn't sleep well last night. But
the principal
okay. I
purpose
thought
of
you
a
were
yawn
bored.
is that when the brain is feeling deprived of oxygen, it takes a long draw of breath to
right.
ensure that there is.
That's true.
Yeah. So that's why.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Jedi Master.
I'm not
You
bored.
needed
Not
oxygen.
bored.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
I needed my brain.
Deep breath.
No, the
buddy.
brain
Deep
needs
breath.
just to stay wet. You just need to keep
That's
the brain wet, like Al Bundy said.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's absolutely true, Scotty. That yawns are for getting the proper amount of oxygen. But duplicate heads were cast in plaster and painted with acrylic. The heads were then affixed to the mannequin bodies. And with that, the After Hours had 3 superb looking props. And let's Oh no, the TV guide featured a photo spread for the episode about a week before the broadcast with Anne Francis posing in front of her plastic duplicate, and the caption read, "Anne Francis helps manipulate the imagination this Friday. The editors of the magazine carelessly gave away the solution to the mystery," remarking Miss Francis plays a mannequin who comes to life in the CBS Twilight Zone. This obviously upset Houghton and Serling. For future episodes that required the ending to be concealed, Houghton would make sure a memo accompanied press releases and photos, reminding the editors of the periodicals not to reveal the surprise ending.
And that is something that I heard about this moments before we went live. And I was like, oh, so like the trailer for Terminator 2. Or the trailer for, Star Trek 3. Like those key moments that are supposed to be huzzahs. And it's like, oh, yeah, you're going to do that in the advertising? All right. Although, and I wish I were better at this. Like, I'm pretty good, but I'm not as good as a lot of people. And yeah, I'm fine with Anne Francis. But the most famous thing that Anne Francis has been in, as far as I'm concerned, is science fiction double feature from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And she wasn't even visually present. So I enjoy Forbidden Planet. Who's my favorite actor in Forbidden Planet? Survey says
Leslie Nielsen.
That is
or
the top
Robbie the
answer.
Robot.
No, it is Leslie Nielsen. And my second favorite is the guy from A Rose by Any Other Name, that Star Trek episode.
Oh, which one does he play?
He's the main guy who has the matter. He makes them into the cubes and then crushes that cute girl.
Oh, no.
I know.
Yeah.
But, like, I know.
And that's
anyway.
his id, though. That's his id, though. That he didn't mean to.
No, but I'm talking about the episode from Star Trek. I don't really like. I've seen Forbidden Planet like 2 or 3 times, and it's fine.
Oh,
like I
Forbidden
like
Planet
it.
is Forbidden
It's
Planet
a classic piece of pop culture. Oh my god, it's one of the greatest sci-fis I've ever seen.
It's fine.
But it's also
It's fine. It's fine.
It's also the reason Star Trek exists.
Yeah, and I'm glad that Star Trek exists. And that's a good thing.
And Liz Allen was a professional on the set, recalled Anne Francis. She did a great job on that episode, and the actor who was the store manager was also wonderful. He did this double take that was so good the cameraman specifically wanted to get a number of close-ups of that take. Did I even get that? Oh, there it is.
There's those eyes again.
I found this a little disconcerting because I felt like it was breaking the fourth wall a little much. Because it wasn't like he was, who directed this episode?
Who directed it?
Because I just thought when he was staring directly into the camera with his giant eyes, it was, maybe it's kind of like that thing when Robert O'Reilly does his Gowron eyes, and it's like,
exactly.
We need more of that.
That's exactly what it was. They really loved his Gowron eyes, and it was directed by Douglas Hayes.
Joe.
I don't know if Tristan Mendoza is joking.
I will get to the chat soon.
Fair enough. Let's talk about Gowron.
For whatever reason, I thought it was important to get through this episode the way that I did, and I promise I will get back to the chat in just a bit.
Sure.
James Milholland is the name of Mr. Armbruster or Armbruster. And so that's our man with the Gowron eyes.
It would have been better if this guy had been played by Don Knotts, but he was busy.
The big eyes.
And I lost what I was reading, but she also says, there it is. The makeup man did such a great likeness with me for the mannequin that I was in awe. I really was. I still have the head to this day. And that one is that bit of information is from the Twilight Zone unlocking the door to a television classic. And so then we have a closing narration.
So wait, before we move on, because this is just an easy joke.
Okay.
Who gave who head? You told the story. Now whom gave whom head?
Liz Allen
Gave.
Oh wait. Who did it? The makeup
gave-
man. Who was the makeup man? Well,
I don't know.
the answer is whoever the makeup man is.
Okay, so
Who
somebody
the
gave the
makeup
makeup man a head.
No, the makeup man gave Anne Francis a head.
Yes. No, yes.
Okay. But I bet I could find it in this book. This
No,
book
it's cool.
has
It's
everything.
cool. I think I made my joke. Not my point, but my joke.
Art director George W. Davis, but it was
Thank you,
the
Mr.
makeup man.
Davis.
Oh, William Tuttle. That's his name. William Tuttle
Billy Tuttle.
Okay.
Good man.
gave Anne Francis a head.
Anne Francis starred in Forbidden Planet.
So we have a closing narration. Marcia White in her normal, natural state. A wooden lady with a painted face who, 1 month out of the year, takes on the characteristics of someone as normal as flesh and blood as you and I. But it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Just how normal are we? Just who are the people we nod our hellos to as we pass on the street? A rather good question to ask, particularly in the Twilight Zone. And so that's why it was so good that Tristan says that she's a replicant, because obviously, I guess maybe she was implanted with the memories of being a normal person, including having a mother. Because where does that come from? That she has a mom.
Well, and Words and Pictures had a great observation in terms of the symbolism of a golden thimble, which, we gotta find it.
Oh, well, and the chat
Symbolism
was
of a golden
amazing
thimble
for this.
is protection, love, and good fortune, which is something that Marcia, she was looking for, or she received in the Twilight Zone.
Yes, and in this case, she doesn't have a mom, but her family are the other mannequins. I never saw. Oh, okay. Let's see. Trisha Mendoza says the fantastic journey with the kid from which mountain movies, and the guy who was the scientist in the War of the Worlds in the 80s TV series. Oh, okay. That's something that he sent me by email. I guess I'll have to see.
Do you have an
John
email
says,
address?
this episode freaked me out as a small child. Have been fearful of mannequins ever since, particularly those 1950s ones. Yes, very detailed. And Marcia. Very cute. Hey, Landscape popped in to give me a like. Thank you so much, the Outcast Creative. I'm grateful for that. That's the problem with me running through the episode so quickly, is that I missed. Actually, we got through both episodes really quickly today, but that's okay. We've got 73 chats to read here. Words and Pictures says hello, Jill, Scotty, and Jedi, and everyone.
Hey, Words.
Wayland, Utani, Tyrell, and this even looks like the Broadberry building in places, which was the Outer Limits episode, Demon with the Glass Hand.
I have to see that. I know it's good. I haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm. The roof is on fire.
Right?
I need no water. Okay, wait.
What the?
Words and Pictures is saying hi. And Trishan says, I remember this episode now. That's exactly what I said when I was watching this. I remembered it. And so, yeah, this is one I've seen before. They redid this in the 80s too. That's right. And in that one, they said everybody would become a mannequin one day. And so they made it
Like
even
the
creepier.
Autons? The
I guess
Autons
so.
are an alien species from Doctor Who.
Oh, is that the new Doctor Who, right? The ninth
No, I think they
Doctor
were in the
episode?
old. I think they were in. I think the Autons were in the old Doctor Who as well. But I remember them. I was introduced during the Eccleston era. Yeah.
And that's the ninth Doctor. But so
Yeah.
I haven't seen the old ones. You're probably right.
I might be wrong.
I'm still just on season 4 of the new Doctor Who stuff, and I
Oh,
don't
you're
know.
gonna have such a good time when you get to Capaldi.
I'm excited. Bulging eyes. Gowron looks like a funny metalhead. Oh,
Mhm.
I love him.
Mhm.
I took a picture with him.
You
Anyway, if
met
Scotty,
Robert O'Reilly?
I didn't get to meet him, but I took a picture. But he was there. He was
What?
even
Like you were
dressed as a
standing
Klingon.
outside of his changing
No,
room, or what?
no. It was a photo op. It was at a convention.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
every
can-
opportunity to take a photo is a photo op.
Did I not put it on my?
I don't know.
I'll check in a minute if I can get to it. I got it. If Scotty keeps singing, I'm calling the police, says Greek letters first.
Oh, 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 oh. At the science fiction picture show, we've got to go. I mean, I messed that up. So yeah, no, call the police. Don't call the police. Now, on second thought, please don't.
Please read this from Words and Pictures.
It'd be great getting locked in a department store overnight. Someone else followed up, unless it was Dawn of the Dead. But yeah, no, it would be okay for a time.
That was great timing because Trishan said not if it's Dawn of the Dead.
I was referring to Tristan's comment.
Oh.
I don't come up with this stuff by myself. I steal from the chat.
Nice. Canadian Spider-Man says, "Hey chat, please consider joining this channel to get custom emojis and gain access to private member streams. Thanks."
And Eric's.
Eric's. That's
you get
right.
a face full of Eric's.
Is that my favorite of my? Yeah, I got Eric's here all the time. Infinity
All the time.
Eric's.
You don't even have any Eric's clips.
No, I don't. I should get some.
At least one.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, I've been thinking I need more clips.
Yes,
Trishan
more
Mendoza
clips.
says-
Speaking of which, let's go to the console.
Trisha Mendoza says, "I saw this when I was 10 years old. We didn't have Twilight Zone in Austin back then, but I saw it in New Mexico visiting my grandparents and freaked out. Whee! Oh, well, I have something for that.
The Golden Man.
You must be mistaken, sir. The gentleman and I have never met. Whee!
I just watched that the other day. I just watched that episode the other day and laughed my ass off.
I only use it for medicinal purposes.
Jacob Ironside says the mannequin with the ski mask on goes out and robs banks on his week out. That's why he only gets a week out instead of a month. It's her turn, and she's late. Oh, that's right. She was late by 1 day. That's a very good point, John. I forgot about that. She was late by a whole day, and she gets admonished for that. You already cut into my time.
And that's why brunettes are better than blondes. Blondes feel entitled. They feel like they can break the rules, flout them even.
If someone gets caught seeing us, we will turn them into mannequins like us.
What is this?
Ooh.
Freeze tag?
Trisha Mendoza? That's creepy. But I think he's talking about the new Twilight Zone one.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I didn't rewatch that one. Ah, yes,
I don't
William
know.
Tuttle, famous makeup artist in Hollywood. I'm glad I looked him up. He was important in this episode. seem to recall hearing that you can take in less oxygen while yawning. Really? I'd always heard what Scotty said, that it
Yeah.
increases your oxygen.
How can inhaling violently provide less oxygen?
Let me see.
I do not know. We're looking it up, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't just a place about speculation. This is a place about science. Welcome to Antiderivative Jill's. Franco's not here, so I'll say it.
Okay,
Don't forget to like and
Cleveland-
subscribe. What happens when you yawn, Jill?
Well, according to the Cleveland Clinic, yawning is a common but perplexing human function. Scientists have several theories for why we yawn, but none of them are certain. Common triggers of yawning include tiredness, boredom, waking up, stress, seeing or hearing people. Wait, what? That wasn't my question. Okay, so where's the part where
I yawn?
I'm
Get to it. No
getting
one ever
to it.
yawns on a roller coaster.
For several years, the main theory was that yawning brings in more oxygen, mainly for your brain. More recently, researchers discarded this theory as studies revealed that a controlled lack of oxygen doesn't result in more yawning than usual. In addition, this theory doesn't explain why a fetus yawns, as a fetus gets oxygen through the blood via its umbilical cord.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
Fetus,
so
fetae do not yawn.
One thing that has to be true of yawning is that it's contagious. You see somebody yawn, sometimes you feel like yawning too.
Yeah, but when Master yawned, I didn't yawn.
It doesn't always work.
So
I think
Everyone, because
proximity-
I'm tired. I didn't sleep
No,
good
I'm
last night. That's all.
I'm just saying, it's like just because you yawned doesn't mean that I yawn. And it is one of those things. It is
I didn't say it was all the time. And maybe proximity is important.
Maybe it's coincidental. Maybe it's pheromones. Which would be proximity.
Or maybe sometimes it's also contagious. Gavin Blackburn says the Terminator 2 trailer revealed Arnie was a good guy. Oh,
yeah, that
no.
was a bad thing. That was a bad thing.
Oh, no. That's terrible. You should watch the movie Crack in the World. See, I saw a lot of movies for the first time without having seen the trailers, so I didn't get spoiled by trailers. Jill would love my Chihuahua dog. Well, I like dogs. So, yeah, as long as it didn't try to bite my ankle.
Does your Chihuahua come with a hamster wheel?
That would be a pretty big hamster wheel.
Yeah, not that big. Not that big.
They live.
Like if you got a hamster wheel for a German Shepherd, it would be bigger. But if you're getting a Chihuahua wheel, it's like Chihuahua wheel is the same size as a cat wheel.
Yeah. Well, I've never. Well, a cat would not want to be in a wheel.
Yeah, that's why. No, I'm not. Chihuahuas they don't want wheels either. They only want to go to Taco Bell, if I understand correctly.
I think a Chihuahua might be okay with the wheel.
I don't know. I've met a Chihuahua, and they're not as dumb as you've heard.
I'm not saying they're dumb. They're a lot more. They're a lot more willing to put up with human foolishness than cats are.
Well, but they're small enough that you can pick them up with one hand. I've had a Chihuahua in a hot dog bun, and I posed to take a bite out of him, and the dog looked at the camera, kind of like Jack Benny, and it was like, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to eat me.
Wow, that was a tiny Chihuahua.
Yeah, no, he was great.
Must have been a baby puppy.
Yeah. You know what his name was?
What was his name?
Chalupa.
Ah.
Yeah, it's adorable until you realize that you should have named him Chewbacca.
No, Chalupa's perfect.
That's racist. Calling it Chihuahua Chalupa.
That's not racist. How is it racist?
It's stereotypical.
Okay, stereotypical maybe, but it's not racist. Oh, speaking of racist, I completely cut out the racist toy that guy had in the last episode. I was just like, what
I
was
didn't
this
think it was
minstrel toy?
well. Yeah, the clock.
But no, I don't know. It was something that its eyes moved. It was
It had
freaky. I
it
didn't
was a
want to
clock with
look at it.
TikTok eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just figured it's because he likes old stuff, history stuff, and so he's fascinated by it for some reason. Because he's weird. This guy with the eyes looks like he's having a diarrhea situation. Sorry,
Oops, I
I'll be
pooped
quiet
myself. No, Brogu, you're absolutely right. Oops, I pooped myself.
Looks like
No, but that one was funny, Brooke. That's exactly the kind of face he had. The makeup man is the music man's cousin. Probably not true, but that's. Wait a minute. Maybe he's. Sometimes I think people are joking, but then sometimes I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe they're correct. I don't know. The music man. The music man's cousin. I don't know. Well, we'll find out later. But for now, we'll say hello to the Comic Relief Crusader. And whatever you said at 12:47 p.m. my time, the Comic Relief Crusader laughed and he got whatever joke you told at that moment. And who gave what to whom? Trisha Mendoza, and their third uncle is William Shatner in The Intruder. Anne Francis stars in Forbidden Planet. Oh, I love that movie so much.
I'm going to do that on my show one day too.
Oh, you absolutely have to.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna cover
that's
that.
essential.
I got a wall full of sci-fi back there to go through, so we're going to be busy eventually. Anyways, I digress. Go ahead.
Of course. I'm gonna have a good time. Demon with the Glass Hand is also the basis for a Cabaret Voltaire song. And Autons have been around a while. I forgot if it's pre-Tom Baker. Well, I appreciate any Whovians in the chat who can educate me. I'm trying to get into the franchise myself. I know everyone says Tom Baker is where it's at, but I'm starting with New Who and I'll cycle back to the old stuff, I promise. The Glove Cleaner says this would make for a good double feature with the Hitchcock Presents episode, The Weird Trailer. No, Rocky Horror, no, says Trishan. James Caserta says, I missed Bevis. Yeah, I'm sorry you missed Bevis. It's okay, Jill. I have had fun with you guys today. Aw. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm glad to see you, Kimberly Ann Hurt. I'm glad you had fun listening. And that goes for anybody who's in the chat, and even the people who are not in the chat. I really appreciate everyone who comes back to listen later in the replay or who are currently lurking and not in the chat. And so then careful with that. I'm always very careful with the we. Yeah, I'm glad you're here too. And so, being a mannequin too long makes me yawn. I got too mad at that yawn. I'm sorry about that. Oh, here we go. That's better. Canadian Spider-Man says to CRC, hey, bud, I saw it coming. I had no faith in my fellow Canucks since the convoy. I'm making plans to move south. Now, they've become accelerated. Too cold here. and folks dumb. I'm sorry, Spidey. Very disappointing. Gone contagious. Jeez. So, what about comparisons of Black Mirror to Twilight Zone? Or is that a subject for another episode? Well, we finished the reviews for both episodes, so you can bring up any subject you like. And I could tell you I've only seen a few seasons of Black Mirror. Up until that one, you remember the one when they made the Choose Your Own Adventure Netflix episode? That's as far as I've gotten. I haven't seen anything past that. But so any of those episodes and that episode and before that, I thought were phenomenal. Great. And yes, very the true successor to the Twilight Zone. Not that shitty one that Peel did. That was gross. That was not good. I didn't like it. He tried to remake episodes and he did a terrible job. DJ Play Nice says, I put my hand upon your hip. When I yawn, you yawn, we yawn. That's great. How about a human wheel? Like that human centipede. Oh, yeah, human wheels exist, but they look more like hamster wheels rather than the hamster balls. So it looks like a and some people actually used it to make I'm going to show you a bit of a video of a human wheel. Human wheel castle. That'll give me what I want, I think. No, it didn't work. Maybe treadmill. There it is. All right, so I gotta mute it. I don't need to share the audio for this. If you want to see the entire Tom Scott video, you can watch it later. But I watched this, a month ago or so, and I thought it was fun because I wanted to see if anybody did have a human hamster wheel, and it exists. And so they use it to make castles just like they made before, but the only difference is they use hard hats and stuff so that they don't die. So they do the safety, but otherwise they make it exactly like they would have made it back then. And one of the instruments that they use is this single drum winch, which to me looks like a human hamster wheel. And so we have our main character here, Tom Scott, helping out. And so this is how they transfer items up and down. So to get something from the bottom to the top, all he has to do. Oh wait, here are these guys. So it's like they're creating the pulley effect with these human hamster wheels, basically. Fun. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show about that.
Well, and I don't mean to interrupt whatever you were discussing, but I wanted to say, what up, Bevis?
Yeah.
Okay,
no ankle
great.
biters. You need French bread. You need French bread for a Chihuahua, Scotty. Not a hot dog.
It was a big enough bun that it was, I wish I still had the picture. It was a good picture.
John says when you hyperventilate, you're not filling the lung completely. It ends to keep the flow static with the alveoli, ravioli. Tristan Mendoza says, start at Tom Baker, Peter Davidson, and then skip to the more recent stuff.
Oh,
I'm doing it all out of order.
Yeah, no, and the thing is that I don't think you truly grasp Doctor Who until you say that Patrick Troughton is your favorite Doctor. That's just my jam, because everyone says classic Who, Tom Baker, and I'm like, F all that noise, Silent Bob. I'm a Patrick Troughton guy.
Gavin Blackburn says Autons were premiered in Pertwee's first story.
There you
So
go.
there's your answer.
Autons.
Yay, Gavin.
Thank you,
so
Gavin.
much. Gavin, I thought so, said Trishan. There you go. Last Black Mirror I saw was a video game energy drink episode. Yeah, okay. There was like hallucinogens, right? In that episode, that's the
It's like all of
choose
them.
your own adventure game. Well, we mentioned Soylent Green. They ended up taking turns on the bike to keep the lights on in the apartment. There we go. And that's the chat for today, for right now anyway. Of course, you're free to keep typing if you wish. As we read, I'm going to read to you the previews for next week's episode. So we've got episodes coming next week too. We do this every week. And so I'm going to read those.
Twilight Tuesdays. Also, big shout out to Stone Racket. We miss you.
Yes, I love you, Stone Racket, and I miss you too. But he's still a member of the channel as far as I can tell, and I hope you're finding what you're looking for. Preview for the next week's story is this locker and liniment emporium houses a major league baseball team known as the Hoboken Zephyrs, all of which, by way of introduction to next week's show, a wild and woolly yarn about the great American pastime. It's called The Mighty Casey, and it's about a left-hander who pitches like nothing human, simply because he isn't. Mr. Jack Warden takes us into the stadium for 9 fast innings next week.
Jack Warden?
Jack Warden.
And that's going to be when we see the Mighty Casey strike out, or at least that's my anticipation.
Me too.
All right.
It was a rainy day in Mudville.
Okay, so we do 2 episodes a week. So here's the other story we'll have next week. Next week, we take you back into the dark and hidden, unexplored recesses of a writer's mind and do some probing as to just how this type of bird operates. It's a fascinating excursion into the oddball on the Twilight Zone next week. Keenan Wynn and Phyllis Kirk star in
Keenan Wynn? I love Keenan Wynn.
Star in Richard Matheson's A World of His Own. And on this particular one, Serling points to himself, even this kooky writer gets into the act. Good night. And so what's great about that one is that's going to be the last episode of season 1. So next week we're finishing off season 1, and I think maybe we'll talk when we're finished with the reviews. We'll talk a little bit about season 1 overall and what we liked about it.
I like
or
that
didn't
idea.
like about it.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, right. That can be something we can do. I'll come up with something. I got a week. Finding out what you're looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for. Well, yeah, see, and he's got to be very meticulous about the droids that he seeks. Greek Letters Larson says, okay, show's over, folks. Tune in next week for a special live stream where Jill will be continuously reading the chat and whatever you write without a topic or context. That reminds me of another show I used to listen to. We should do Demon with the Glass Hand, even though it's Outer Limits. Well, that would be a Friday show if I did a random show that's not part of my normal reviews. Demon with the Glass Hand. I feel like I wanted to do something like that, but I wanted to do a couple episodes.
No, it's a Demon with a Glass Hand is. Yeah, that it is combined with one other episode of the Outer Limits that
Harlan Ellison is Harlan Ellison episodes.
There's it has Terminator relations.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. We had right, it does. And it was a ripoff of my other my other Outer Limits script, Soldier. Okay.
Well, yeah, the poll.
Yeah, the poll. The poll is what I was gonna do soon. Thank you, Jedi. DJ Play Nice says the Mudville 9.
Is that the name of the poem? I forget the name of the poem.
Oh, actually, I didn't know what I was reading. The Mudville 9. Oh, that's a baseball. Baseball. Is that a baseball team? Yeah, it's a baseball team mentioned in the let's see. I guess that's going to be part of next week. Let's see.
And then the mighty Casey, spoilers, struck it.
That I didn't know. That is spoilers.
You can't have spoilers for the mighty Casey struck out. It's impossible.
I don't. Okay, James Caserta says Jill will read anything. Hey, there. I do have my limits.
But not you, James Caserta. She'll read you till the cows come home.
If so, I need a note email telling me to. Oh. Okay.
Well, how do you, there's a Discord. If you'd like to join Anti-Derivative Jill's Discord, there's always communication going on in there.
Oh, the Discord is for members of the channel.
So there you go. That's how you get
or previous
access.
members. Right.
Sure.
Previous members get access. Then they don't have to leave. But I guess if they leave, they forfeit the pleasure. My favorite Harlan Ellison media is Pay the Writer here on YouTube.
I love that as well. I love that as well.
This is true. Yes, I do. Trisha Mendoza says, tell Harlan Ellison Gene Roddenberry wishes him well. That's true. What? F that guy. No, he's fine. He's fine. He doesn't want his story messed with. And he's upset that they turned his story into a Star Trek story. So too bad. And yes,
like
we
Alex
do have
Kurtzman.
Oh, Harlan Ellison is much better than Alex Kurtzman.
Of course he is. I said it for shock value.
Okay. Silly. All right, let's share again so I can focus on this particular screen that I want to share.
We're still going? I thought we were done. Everyone seems to think that we're done.
Well, we have a poll.
Oh, that's right.
Like
that's right.
Jedi reminded us, what episode do you like better? And so we have 24 votes. The After Hours is one with 54% versus Mr. Bevis at 46%. That's pretty good.
Well, it is the second election I've lost today.
We've had 2 ties 2 weeks in a row, so this is a change. Actually, a definitive winner.
I don't understand you people. I understand that you exist. You have your opinions, and I will not detract from your opinions. But for you to take the mannequin over the whimsy, yeah, I don't get it. I'm
with the chat.
That's fine. That's cool. I accept your apology.
I think the second episode is haunting and freaky, and
I think the first episode is all about being yourself in spite of all of the hardships that it may confront you with. Be you.
I like that.
And the second one is you only get 4 weeks of vacation a year. That's the difference. And so, yeah, I like the first one better. I think it's more freeing and more optimistic, and something where it's like, oh no, you work in a department store. You only get 1 month off a year. And
I think there's one line that counters that just a little bit. Where's that line? I need to find it. After Hours. I always get the transcripts at the end where she says, I'm a mannequin. That's what I am. And so she's coming up with that revelation. And the line that I like here was, when you're on the outside, everything seems so normal. like the okay. So and what as if what
I
Marcia?
want to
As if
be where the
okay. So,
people are.
yeah, exactly. She says as if we were like the others, like the outsiders, like the real people. So she felt like she was a real person for a moment, that she lost sight of her true reality.
But I think it speaks to the stories that connect with me, is that I
She had
don't
fun.
long to be a part of the normal world. I
Mm.
enjoy my world. And Bevis enjoys his world, and he would much rather be kicking curbs, kicking rocks, than doing what other people say.
Yeah,
And
I did like Beavis. This was fun.
and Marcia, she she was enamored by the outside world, and then eventually succumbed to her own nature and said, oh, well, this is what I am, so I must do it.
And she falls back into being a mannequin right away.
Yeah. And Beavis is like, I don't care. I'll take failure. I would rather be happy and failed than following the beat of everyone else's drum.
But in his
So
eyes,
between
he's
the
not
two
a failure.
episodes, I'm with Beavis.
Right. What about you, Jedi Master?
Well, first one, Beavis, it was great. It was kind of like I thought he had died. Of course, he hadn't died. He just made a choice to live his mundane life the way he felt happy, and I enjoyed that very much. But the second one was, like you said, more intense, and it was like for a short episode, it really dragged you in. It dragged me in big time, and I enjoyed that far better than Beavis. They're both good. I don't think there is a bad episode.
Oh, they are both good. Yeah, for sure.
And in comparisons, I would choose the mannequin one.
I think so. I think the second one. I think the second one is more thrilling, but the first one has a better message.
Yeah, be who you are.
And yeah, but also it is kind of weird that the only part I don't like is that she meets the lady selling her the thimble, and the lady doesn't try to say, "Hey, aren't you forgetting?" Like she could have revealed everything right there, but I guess it was too soon.
Your 30 days are up. Get upstairs now.
Aren't you supposed to be somewhere right now, Miss White?
But I guess the answer is that they wanted to be gentle with her and try to get her to remember before thrusting it on her.
Well, but that's all right, sure.
Anyway, so those are our episodes for today, and also I don't think his original idea was great though. Wait, what are we talking about? Troughton worked better once I saw the 5 Doctors. Oh,
War Games. War Games is where I fell in love with Patrick Troughton.
Mm-hmm. We won't detract from your opinions, then immediately demur.
No, totally. I accept your ability to be incorrect.
Wait, who did that? Or what?
I don't know, but it's me. And that's not an excuse. You guys are more than willing to slings and arrows.
And okay. Oh, DJ Knight went to a Beyonce concert last night. I hope you had fun. Lady Gaga, Shakira, Blue Ivy. Wow, that's quite a lineup. And Gavin Blackburn has a Beyonce poster in his bedroom.
I didn't know that they remade Lilith Fair in the 21st century.
Yeah, I'll pass on that music.
Yeah, I'm not really. Yeah.
Oh, well, out of those, I like Shakira's fun. But Outrageous Fortune.
And the pond and a what tonight and the wind don't ride and
I'm about to use the Force and the dark side, Scotty. Stop.
It made Jill giggle, so I think it's all
I
right.
find your laugh of faith most disturbing.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, I think I'm gonna this is it for the Twilight Zone this week.
Is
That's
it because
all
I
we
started
got.
singing? It makes sense.
No, it's not because he started singing. We got through both of our reviews. We talked
Yes.
to the chat, and
Yes.
we had a good time in the
Yes.
Twilight Zone. But I think it's about time for us. Well, you've already left the Twilight Zone. Look at you.
Yeah, I mean,
you made it there.
I'm in complete VGA.
Yeah. So let me fix that. I have that capability also. Look at this. And then let's do this. There we are.
A little bit of that.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this week. Oh, walk. Yeah, and it's not necessarily that I like Shakira. It's that sometimes I like to exercise. Like dancing is a type of exercise, and that's the thing you can do with their music. Words and Pictures says the value of life, the value of life, the abundance of wealth, compared with the abundance of happiness. The dream of the corporate serf breaking free into finding herself. Oh, that's beautiful. Words and Pictures. That's a huge theme in the Twilight Zone. More than once, really. We saw it with that train episode to Willoughby.
Last exit to Willoughby.
Willoughby.
Or exit to Willoughby.
Have a nice day, Jill, and audience. You too, Sigbaldison. Hope you have a wonderful Tuesday.
Thanks, Siggy.
First time here, but not the last. Oh, that's great news, the glove cleaner. I hope to see you again.
$1,000.
Like and subscribe.
Have a good time today. Enjoy your afternoon, Jill. You too. I love what DJ Play Nice always says. Oh, y'all be safe. Have fun. Take care of your crew. And rock. And remember, Spidey, tonight. I know it's like, how many hours from now? Let me grab it.
7.
It's right here. It stayed in my tab. In 9 hours. 9
damn
hours
it.
from now.
Hey, Price is Right rules. Closest without getting over.
9 hours. Check out Canadian Spider-Man. Yeah, and even though it's 9 hours from now, you can click the notification. Click to notify me, and it'll tell you when the party starts. So, but for now, I want to let Scotty tell us what he's doing this week if he wants to share anything.
Well, we got a great thing going on over at Cinema Gulp. We're going to be talking about the re-release of Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith in movie theaters, and then on Thursday on the Phantasmagorium, we're jumping back in to that Mission That Is Impossible. And if I understand correctly, I hope we're talking about Mission Impossible Fallout. That's the one after the one that we just watched. And then Friday, it's a toss-up, Jill. I don't know what we're doing on Friday, but those are the things that that's what I'm planning. Yeah.
And Jedi Master, what about you? What's going on with you?
Well, Monday night, first live stream, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come on in. We're going to talk about Season 1, Episode 1. My first, it will, The Reluctant Stowaway. We'll be going over it, discussing it, the good things, what we don't like about it, or I don't think I love it. That is like without a doubt my favorite. The pilot. It's one of my favorites.
Well, it's written by Star Trek writer Etspar David.
Yep. Yeah, I got it all. My notes all ready to go. I'll get everything ready for that and everything. And like I said, just if you like what we offer on my channel and you guys want to join us, come see us at 8:15.
Do you guys have punch and pie?
No punch and pie.
No punch and pie.
In the words of Eric Cartman.
You said there'd be punch and pie.
Anyway, no, but come on by. And Scotty's bringing the punch and pie.
I will bring the punch and pie.
All right. That's it for me.
All right. As for me, like Scotty, as we said, we're still thinking about Friday. So that's all for now. That's all for this time.
Oh, and next Wednesday. We got a thing next Wednesday.
Oh yeah, membership stream next Wednesday. Definitely gonna be fun.
Leave.
So if you want to be there,
Yeah.
you gotta, pony up.
Well, it's for members only, so it's not.
Yeah,
even though it's not a shore leave, it's very much like a shore leave. But even, I'll let you talk about
even worse.
Yeah, even worse. Even worse. That's a great way to put it, or not. But it's a little even more. It's even more free than the shore leave.
So I will lower my inhibitions just a tad.
But keep your pants on. That is the one rule.
Always
No,
keep
I
your
will
pants
stay
on.
dressed. My body should be donated to science fiction at this point, so we're not going to go into that.
And thanks again for everyone being here and being so insightful in the chat. And you're all fantastic. You're great.
Can I say one thing before we go?
Sure.
I didn't know 12 Klingons constituted a gaggle, Mr. Barris.
A gaggle. A gaggle of Klingons. And I hope to see you again. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I messed up really badly here, guys.
Oh, no.
I cut a new membership
right.
video and I haven't uploaded it.
Oh, blasphemy.
So we got to wait? I got to wait? I was
Yeah.
all ready to go. I was
I was ready to go too. Oh no. Why is my computer running so slowly?
It's because I am too awesome for your computer to process.
I gotta close some
burning
stuff.
all your bandwidth.
I am absolutely. I am
bandwidth.
I am Tim Curry from Legend.
You're Tim Curry from Legend. I like Tim Curry.
From Legend? Oh, you got to see him. He's a force.
Okay, I found it. Now just uploading it.
And Tissa.
Patient.
Anticipation.
So I'll see you guys later. See you soon.
Yeah, I was wondering how many of these were going to be billing hours. So anyway, buy me a She-Hulk. I'll see you in the future.
I'm still processing. I thought it was going to be finished by the time I.
Oh, but that was a brilliant closing line from me. I think I don't.
And the ways our differences combine to create meaning and beauty.
It has always been easier to destroy than to create.
May we together become greater than the sum of both of us.
Well, now you have something new to think about. Carry on.
All right, move along. Done. Stop it. Get off of the things. Go outside. Get some food. It's like, it's a time of day where you live. Go do something. Shut up, Snoopy. I don't care. You smoke too much. Let's go. Let's go adventure. Let's go explore.
Mr. Turtle, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
I never made it without biting. Ask Mr. Owl, for he is the wisest of us all.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
A good question. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
If there's anything I can't stand, it's a smart owl.
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.